Chapter 5, Down to Business. You flip the sign in your shop's window to open, have a seat at the table, motioning for Gray to join you. Alright, if we're gonna do this, I need you to tell me everything you know about Peter. Good morning to you two. Gray, we have work to do. Well, how about you drink your coffee first? The day just started. Gray, you're the one who kept insisting I do this. I did, but that doesn't mean you can't take a breather. The early bird gets the worm. Not if the bird is too tired. Let out an exasperated sigh, but raise the mug to your lips. Gray watches intently. Good. Next time we can work on pretending to enjoy it. I didn't realize you were so worried about my work-life balance. Someone has to be. Close your eyes and take another sip of coffee, focusing on the rich flavor. To your surprise, you do find yourself relaxing. This is actually nice. Enjoying yourself usually has that effect. Gray waits for you to finish and set the empty mug down on the table. Now, can we get back to solving your murder? Or are you expecting me to do some morning stretches too? Well, I wouldn't mind watching that. But to answer your question, Peter is constantly promoting his business. He literally begged me for months to invest. Why didn't you want to? It was clear his health supplements were just usual crap that sounded good on paper but didn't actually do anything. Eventually, I got sick of his nagging, so I finally gave him the review he wanted. You mean the one where you told everyone they were useless? He didn't say the review had to be positive. That was the right thing to do. I wouldn't want people to waste their hard-earned money on something that didn't work. That's not very rich person of you. That's just me willing to throw away my money. Besides, it's not like I had any loyalty to Peter. He was just my ex's friend. So fast forward to now, he's abandoned his health supplement business. And he just happens to be buying up companies that manufacture train parts. You think he's starting your family's industry to get back at you? Maybe he's hoping my death will make my family's company look weak so he can swoop in and steal our business. Or it could be just that it's a better investment than his useless supplements. Sounds like we need more information about his business dealings, and the best place to start would be his office. You seem to be the kind of person who would know how to gain after-hours access to secure buildings. You flirt. As much as I'd love to, I'd have a hard time bailing you out of jail as a ghost if things went pear-shaped. You can't quite hold back your laugh, and he looks pleased. You could go to one of his company's events that give you a chance to get into the office and talk to his employees. Wouldn't it be suspicious for a random woman to attend? Not at all. Peter's firm hosts parties all the time just to court investors. Strangers are expected. You'd just have to pretend to be in the business. And I have to wear a lot of hats as a medium, but entrepreneurial smoozer isn't one of them. That's a good thing you have me. Gray leans in with a smirk and you feel oddly drawn to him, as though by gravity. You want to learn to lay on the charm? I can teach you. It's easy to get lost in his eyes when your heart is already beating faster, your breath catching in your throat. Are you down for a little role play, Iris? But first, a change of scenery. Gray leads you into the kitchen, rubbing his hands together before turning to you. Okay, let's start with the basics. You saw a bunch of rich people at the winery. So, what's something you noticed about them? They are all pretentious snobs. Present company excluded, I hope. With the way you flaunt your charmed former life, I don't think so. Waxing nostalgic now, and then is hardly flaunting. That would be gauche. A gauche ghost, impossible. Laugh it up, and that's actually my first piece of advice. Don't act rich. Well, these people always keep their cards close to their chest. Their credit cards, that is. So, how can I seem rich without talking about it? It's all about confidence. You have to speak to them like you know what you're talking about, and you can't make them feel dumb. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. It'll be easier if you just practice how to act. You get to be the investor, I'll be the businesswoman, or businessman trying to earn your favor. Okay, I'll give it a try, but you have to promise not to laugh. He dramatically crosses his fingers over his heart with a nod. You turn on a fake smile. I don't think I've seen you around here before, Miss... Iris Towers, and you are? Gray Morrison. What brings you here? I'm looking to invest in a project that's worth my while. Well, how much money are we working with, my dear? I'm sure I can find a project for you. The pet name makes your heart flutter and you swallow nervously. He gives you a wink. Just go with it. Hey... That all depends on the quality of the opportunity. Great answer. It just has to be the right air of unbothered confidence without giving anything away. This isn't so hard. Maybe I was a wealthy businesswoman in a past life. Or I'm just that good of a teacher. Dude, you haven't even tried yet. Another thing, you should try to keep the conversation about Peter. Just don't be obvious about it. Something's like I've heard Peter Lafferty is working on something interesting. Do you have a take? Gray falls back into character, nodding as he responds. He does have some new prospects, but I think he'd be more interested in something cutting edge. There's a woman here developing a neural implant for pin board called Pinplant, so you can pin anything you see. Stifle a laugh, earning a nod of approval from Gray. I already have some risky investment, so I'm looking for something with a good track record of success. Well, if you're looking for stability, Peter's been doing some work in the rail industry. He leans in conspiratorially, drawing a sharp breath at his sudden proximity. At this part, where I'd introduce you to someone involved in the business, which means you're in. I did it? We spent diamonds on this. Yep, you're a natural, but not everyone will be quite so easily swayed. This time I'll play a grumpy old businessman. There are tons of those, trust me. His demeanor changes rapidly, his lips curl, and he looks down at his nose at you. You can't help but chuckle at the way his face scrunches up. What are you laughing at? I was just thinking about what a nice party this is. It's fine if you like this sort of thing. And you are. Grumpy old man. Hold on, I gotta think how you get my attention. An interesting party. I'm Iris. Do you know any of the worthwhile projects? You look like you know what you're talking about. You smile slyly, and you have your hand over his arm to replicate touch. Gray cocks an eyebrow at you. No, that will work. Maybe a little too well, actually. You know what? Turn the charm down just a little bit. You peer at him, fluttering your eyelashes. Why are you jealous? Of myself? Constantly. It seems like you have all this figured out, but there is one more thing. What else could there possibly be? Always look into the eyes of the person you're talking to. As he says the words, you meet his eyes and find yourself captivated, taken in by the dark intensity of his gaze. Time seems to freeze around you, and you find yourself inching forward so close you can feel the cold drifting off of him on your skin, on your lips. Predictability. Gray, But the words fade on your lips as they should meet his. That strange tingle you feel every time you touch him, spreading through you. You let a soft sigh as warmth blossoms in your belly, your eyes light shut as you let yourself just enjoy the sensation. Iris. At the chime of the grandfather clock startles you apart, leaving you both wide-eyed. We better get going. We wouldn't want to miss Peter's party. Right. Gray quickly schools his surprise into a typical rakish smile. Yeah, I guess I can't blame you for getting distracted by my dashingly good looks. Are you sure you weren't the one distracted by my beauty? We'll call it a draw. You arrive at the lavish garden party hosted by Peter's company, people milling about while the hot air balloons drift up into the sky. Were the hot air balloons really necessary? It's Peter, all flash, no substance. I don't see him anywhere. Maybe I could just head straight to his office? That would look way too suspicious. Besides, with Peter gone, you can ask everyone here about him, and he'll be none the wiser. Gray spreads his arms out, gesturing at the crowd with a deep breath. You approach a middle-aged man holding a glass of amber liquor. Remember that you're posing as an elite investor. Maybe she should have changed her clothes, I'm just saying. Hi, I'm Iris. Do you work for Peter? Oh god, no. Do I look like an employee to you? He sneers the word, and Gray lets out a beleaguered moan, rolling his eyes. God, he's like a cartoon villain. I'm surprised he's not twiddling an overly long mustache. If he doesn't work for Peter, he's probably here because he has money to throw around. Oh, of course not. That must make you an investor. Very astute. Have you also noticed the sky is blue and the grass is green? Man rolls his eyes and takes a sip of his drink. Listen, dear, maybe you should leave important conversations to important people. Dexter Morgan would like a moment of your time. I think I'll do just that. You retreat to a safe distance and turn to Gray with a frown. Well, that could have gone better. That guy's a piece of work. That's not your fault. But you did a good job maintaining your cover story. I didn't learn anything. Also, how did she maintain her cover story when nothing was asked of her? I may be able to act like an investor, but I don't know these people. It was your first try. Cut yourself a little slack. Let's get a drink in your hand before trying again. Maybe that will help. You and Gray meander over to the refreshment table when out of the corner of your eye you catch a sight of a telltale blue wisps of a ghost. Gray, stop messing around. Never. But also, this time I'm not. You turn to see a young woman in a flapper dress a few yards away as she dances in the middle of the crowd, surrounded by spectral glow. Whoa, let's get this party started. I'll have what she's having. Curious, you approach the ghost. She looks your way, and when she notices you staring, she stops dancing. Can you see me? But you're alive. That doesn't make any sense. I'm a medium. I can see ghosts. Oh my gosh. I can't remember the last time I spoke to an actual living person. Ugh, we're going to be best of friends. Before you can respond, she turns her attention to Gray. I didn't expect to see you here, Gray. It's not really your scene. Do I know you? Did we date or something? Her laugh rings out like twinkling bells. Don't be rude. I'm Yoshiko Sakai. I married in your family way back in the jazz age. I'm more your great aunt. So, why haven't you moved on yet? I wouldn't want to do that when it's so fun here. You think this is fun? He gestures to the business people sipping wine and making small talk around you. It has its charms. You wouldn't believe the gossip I get to hear. Yeah, but usually ghosts only stick around because there's something tethering them here. Huh. If there is something, I don't remember it. But you... Wait a minute. If you're from the 1920s, how do you know who I am? She frowns. How did I know you again? Oh, that's right. I've gone to your parties. I know everyone worth partying with around here, at least most of the time. A smile creeps on your face as an idea strikes you. Yoshiko, you are exactly the ghost I need right now. Gray and I are trying to get in some dirt on Peter Lafferty, but to do that, we need to know a bit about the people here. Do you think you can help? I would be tickled pink. Yoshiko points to a smartly dressed woman nearby. That's Natalie Passwan, nice lady, she does business development, whatever that means. It means she's probably in Peter's inner circle. The woman stops in front of you and smiles pleasantly with an outstretched hand. I haven't seen you at these things before. Are you new? Hi, Zara. How are you? I am. Actually, I'm Iris. I'm Natalia. What brings you here? Remember, you want her to take you seriously, but you also don't want to be too eager. I'm just here for the free food, you know. Looking to invest in a new project. I'm looking to expand my portfolio, and I've heard some interesting things about Peter's firm. She winces, leans in, lowering her voice. I wouldn't normally say anything, but since us entrepreneurial women have to stick together, this isn't a good time to invest. Peter's been having some difficulties lately. What kind of difficulties? Sorry, I've just already said more than I should. Just maybe take some time to think on it, you know? Thanks, Natalia. Good looking out. Exchange a conspiratorial nod before she walks away. That's something. Peter must be having a bad time if his own people are warning investors off. They probably are planning on jumping ship. Yoshiko claps, beaming. Oh, yay, I helped. Still, we need more info. There has to be someone here who's willing to let something slip. Oh, I know just the person. Yoshiko leads you through the garden and points out a next mark. A man in a sharp suit and glasses. That's Rick, Rick something. Perry Price? Anyway, he's in accounting, and he's quite the gossip if you can get him going. As you step up to his side, he swirls his wine and lets out a sigh. These parties are so boring, aren't they? Some old stuffy business people at every one of them. Beside you, Gray rolls his eyes. Right, I'm sure you're the most interesting man in the world. The hot air balloons are nice to tempt, but for once I just wish something fun would happen. I'd be agreeable with a guy like this, Iris. It'll put him at ease and make him more chatty. Well, that's why we make our own fun. Rick raises an eyebrow and smiles. Oh, you must know your way around this kind of shindig, thinking like that. I do, but I always appreciate an insider perspective. Ooh, nice one. Let's see if he bites. Oh, what have you heard? You lower your voice, drawing Rick in closer. Oh, that Peter's something big in the works, something different from anything he's done before. You heard right. He's been bragging about nearly closing a massive deal for weeks now. Good timing, too. He's been on a hair trigger lately. Fired the receptionist yesterday for a typo. Oh, Laza's gone? That's too bad. She just got a little too drunk at these things and flirted with Ben for marketing. Do you have any idea what the deal's about? I wish, but Peter's been super secretive about the whole thing. Makes it hard to do accounting when he won't tell me what he's planning. Oh, well, let me know if you hear anything else. I'll be sure to keep you updated, too. He raises his drink in a toast and then downs it as he walks away. You've got to love an office gossip. This big deal of Peter sounds promising. But when you turn to find someone else to talk to, you bump right into someone. Hey, watch where you're going. Oh, I'm so sorry. Seen you around here before. Who are you? You seemed a frantic glance at Yoshiko. Oh, that's John Lauren. Or Laura. When Peter's around, they're practically joined at the hip. I've heard of this guy. He's one of those grumpy businessmen I warned you about. Just make him feel important. You'll be putty in your hands. I want to know who I'm talking to first. Anyone knows who I am. And you say I'm full of myself. You try to keep a straight face, but it doesn't work. John's nostrils flare. Well, then maybe you can help me figure out where to invest. Give me a break, kid. Come back when you can recognize one of the top names in the game. Without another word, John turns around and storms away. How's he gonna attract investors like that? Usually he just makes all his lackeys tell the people how great he is in front of them. I don't mind missing out on a little info if it means not stoking the flames of that man's ego. Nice work, Iris. You blended right in. Honestly, I didn't think the employees would know much, but you got a lot out of them. You didn't draw suspicion at the party, BFD. Maybe I missed my calling as a PI. Oh, it's like those shows in the boxes. Only yours was be Ghost PI Cinema. I'd watch it. You and the two ghosts settle in at a table where you have a clear view of the office entryway. So, Yoshiko, you said you go to the parties all around here. Right? Who throws the best ones? Seriously? The middle of our own, your own murder investigation? And that's what you're asking? Unlike you, I'm capable of working and relaxing simultaneously. It's because I'm the one doing all the work. If you're fishing for compliments, you've got me hook, line, and sinker. I adore your parties, Gray. Well, except for that last one. It ended up on a rather sour note, didn't it? Wait, you were at the party the night I died? Did you see Peter there by the pool? Peter, I think so, but I have so many memories of pools. Her eyes are still on Gray, but it's like she's looking through her mind elsewhere. You've been having trouble remembering things all afternoon. My father always did say I had a head in the clouds. I've seen and done so much. Makes it hard to keep track of everything. Yoshiko, you've been dead longer than most people live. Maybe you have too many memories in your head to store. I think it's long past time you move on. And I can help you. No thanks. But you could find peace. Who needs peace when there's so much joy to go around? Well, that's just you holding on to your past life. It's keeping you from moving on to whatever's next. There is such a thing as too much party. Trust me. Gray. You look over at Gray in surprise, and he refuses to meet your gaze. Look, Iris, I'm having a great time. Plan to continue doing that forever, and you just don't know what fun is. Gray finally turns to you, this time with a dangerous smirk. She's got you there. I've had to drag you into every fun situation we've had since we met. Hell, you didn't even have a drink before turning business mode with Yoshiko. I like talking to ghosts, half of my present company notwithstanding. Ugh, ouch. I am delightful, aren't I? No arguments there. But when I'm enjoying a conversation, I usually don't try to shuffle my partner off the mortal coil. It's not fair. I know how to have fun. I've just been busy. Gray's raised eyebrows say he's not convinced. Prove it. They're hot air balloons. Right over there. What do you say to a spontaneous tour through the sky? Oh, goodness. The views from up there must be the bee's knees. Plus, if we show off Yoshiko here, that we can know how to have a good time, maybe she'll consider listening to you. Why don't we miss our chance to sneak into Peter's office? The party's not going anywhere. Even if it does, there's another one next week. The fire in Gray's eyes, a challenge. It's enough to send your heart racing. Going along with this might actually wipe that smug smile off his face for once. And it would be nice to spend some time with him without his murder looming over us. Alright, lead the way. Really, you're gonna do it? He rapidly smooths the surprise on his face. I mean, I'm glad you're finally starting to see things my way. You, Gray, and Yoshiko make your way over to the balloons and get into one of the baskets, ignoring the odd looks people give you. What? Is there something weird about taking a hot air balloon ride by yourself? Yoshiko giggles and Gray smirks good-naturedly. Slowly, the balloons rise up into the air, and your breath hitches as you take in the beauty of the town stretching out below you. Wow, this view is so worth it. It's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it. You should listen to me more often then, huh? I suppose you do have some bright ideas. Which is exactly why you should take off all your clothes. I mean, it's not like anyone would see. Look! I'm surprised she didn't even react to that. Yoshiko swings out her arm to point, nearly hitting Gray right in the face. You laugh and he sticks his tongue out at you. That house used to belong to the Stans. They hosted the most lavish dinner parties. Is the Stanton family still around? Yes, actually, they own a different estate now. I never miss their parties. At the last one, Gerard convinced everyone to skinny dip in his lake. Oh, I was actually at that one. Did you partake in the skinny dipping? Gray winks. What do you think? But then Yoshiko's pointing at another building. This one, a colossal warehouse. What an insane rager there last year. Yoshiko, don't you get tired of it? I definitely did. Hangovers get the worst the older you get. Really? I thought you lived for the party, Gray. Gray's eyes widen for a split second as if he's made a mistake. Everyone hits a rough patch every now and then. I came back from it, of course. I don't think I will ever get tired of it, but most of them are a bit of a blur now. I've seen every corner of this town, but never like this. It's stunning. And there's my family's winery. Gray points at the miles of farmland with an unexpected twinkle of pride in his eyes. And I thought it looked impressive on the ground. Looking down, you note the landmarks, eventually bringing your gaze to a small building on a busy street. There's my shop. It's funny, but everything looks so small and insignificant from up here. It makes me feel like... I mean, yes, anything is possible, but also, yes, you don't matter. I don't matter. The city feels so big when I'm in it. It's my whole world, but it's barely a speck in the grand scheme of things. Everyone feels like that sometimes in a world this big. What matters is what you make matter. But am I really making a difference? You made a difference for Abuela, for her family, and they're just one of the many families you've helped out. You look into his eyes, seeing a softness you aren't used to, one that sends butterflies fluttering in your stomach. Then Yoshiko's voice cuts through the moment. Let's jump. I want to know if gravity still works on us ghosts. Yoshiko, I love the way your mind works. Are you sure that's a good idea? What's the worst that could happen? I doubt I can die twice. Gray and Yoshiko grab onto the edge of the basket. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3! Gray launches himself out of the basket immediately, but Yoshiko stays put, erupting with laughter as Gray plummets through the air. Gray! Your heart races as you look over the edge, but he's nowhere to be found. Looking for me. You spin around and see him standing behind you like he never left. My turn. They can fly, apparently. Yoshiko leaps out of the basket, but you hardly notice your whole body still tins. Hey, you okay? I thought something happened to you. He frowns, taking a step closer. He rests a hand on the edge of the basket, mere inches from you. It's okay, I'm right here. I'm fine. Stare into his eyes. You tilt your head up and meet his gaze, finding his soft eyes are open. You were only gone for a second, but I missed you. He breaks into a soft smile, the corners of his eyes crinkling. I had a feeling I'd grown on you. Like all the best wines, some an acquired taste. The sounds from the party below become louder, and you realize this balloon's descending. You clear your throat and step back. Don't want people thinking I'm talking to myself. Yeah, I'm guessing not. The two of you exit the hot air balloon and head back to the party. You see Yoshiko dancing with another group. As they return, she waves at you, grinning. I hope I see you at the next shindy. For a dead woman, she really is the life of the party. I'll admit, that was nice. But I think it's time we go to Peter's office and get to the bottom of this. Yeah, I can't force every spirit to move on. It's their choice. You have to take the step. Stepping into the building, you easily find Peter's office and let yourself in, shutting the door behind you. Okay, let's find some concrete evidence. But try as you might to focus on the search, you keep checking the window nervously. Don't worry, I'll play lookout. I can't touch anything anyway. Okay, I'll check his desk. What do you search? File folders, his work computer. You click the mouse and the screen lights up. How does he find anything with this much clutter on his desktop? Normally I'd say to just start opening files, but I don't want to know what kind of gross pictures he's got on there. Check the drawers next. The first drawer is just standard stationery, while the second is filled with crinkling big balls of or bags of chips and candy. Great. If you could keep living like Yoshiko, would you? He's quiet for a long moment. Drifting from party to party, surrounded by people, but always alone. I'll pass. But what if you weren't alone? Yoshiko wouldn't be. If you stuck around, there are probably other ghosts out there too. He gazes out the window, his expression distant. While there's a lot I wouldn't mind forgetting, there are people I don't want to lose. Alexandra, Curtis, you. Great. Suddenly you hear footsteps coming down the hallway, and you freeze, looking around in the room for a place to hide. Behind a curtain, because why not? It seems to work. You quickly slip between the curtain and the window, thankful for the thick fabric. Gray reaches his hand through. Stop it! Why? It's not like I can make it rustle or anything. Because you might not need to be quiet, but I do. Fine, I'll be a good little ghost. The sound of doors slamming down the hall makes you jump. You need to hurry. Come out of hiding, eyes darting around the room frantically until they land on duffel bag. There's gotta be something in there. Inside is a change of clothes that reeks of chlorine. The moment you touch them, you're pulled into a vision. Welcome to the pool. It's nice looking, isn't it? It's only a brief flash, and then you're shunted back into reality. What is it? I saw a pool. It has to be my pool. No way that's a coincidence. Yoshiko did say she saw Peter there, and these aren't the type of clothes you'd go swimming in. Maybe there will be more evidence there? This isn't evidence enough? Not. If you want justice. If you want to see him prosecuted for this, we need more. Yeah, you're right. He shouldn't get to walk free. We'd better get out of here then. The sooner we get to the pool, the better. And Gray leave the party, heading out into the streets of Sonoma. If I can get a psychic impression of the pool, I might be able to figure out who killed you. But that means we have to get into your house first. I have some ideas on that front. He glances at Gray, and something seems off, somehow. You're struggling to place it when... Hey, watch it! Gray quickly sidesteps before the woman bowls right through him. She glares at him as she passes. People these days. Wait, you can see him and... What? Brushes off, shaking her head. You stare at Gray, who stares right back. Wait. Did that woman just talk to me? Your spirit aura. It's gone. Gray, I think you're visible. What? Oh, for the love of Christ. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description, plenty of things to check out, ways to support, and whatnot. There's also the join and thanks features that are a part of the channel. Other than that, let me know in the comment section how you feel about this chapter. I'm glad I was able to get today's choicest chapters out. All of them are up on the channel, and I'll be doing a bunch more content soon to follow. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. Love your beautiful faces. Catch you on the next video. Peace out.